Hey guys, what's up? This is Jay from Sentinel Trading Channel. Welcome to yet another episode of the Binbot Pro Trading Software. So today is actually the 31st of January 2019. So it will be an episode to wrap up my progress in January, the first month of 2019. So far it's looking really good. So this video is especially for those traders that's interested to use the Binbot Pro as a trading tool. To actually grow some of your investments. So as such that if you want to see my progress with the Binbot Pro Trading software, I have a huge withdrawal and then had a 1000 balance, and right now it's grown up to 19,000. So if you guys are interested in watching how I actually execute the trades using Binbot Pro Trading software, I've recorded actual trading demonstration in this very video. So if you guys are interested to how I actually use this software, please remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and be posting a progress report pretty frequently on the Binbot Pro Trading software. So as an addition to this episode, I will also be covering a one trade example for CFD trading. So it is my upcoming project to give a CFD trading signals, especially for a longer term positions. So if you guys want to hear a little bit about that, please make sure you watch the entire video. Alright, so right now, if you guys have no clue and you guys are a new viewer to my channel, make sure you watch the older episodes or my Binbot Pro playlist to actually find out what I've been doing with the Binbot Pro trading software. So basically I have classified my trading methods using the Binbot Pro by referring to charts into maybe 4 different trading methods, or in a sense where I create different robot settings right here. As you can see, test robot V1, V2 and V3. So each of these have the specific criteria on when to use these settings and how to treat them. Alright, so stay tuned guys and wait for the next segment. Alright guys, so we have a first alert here, and this would be the method D because the ATR level is in between the purple and the red line. So the alert actually happened about a few seconds ago, about 7 minutes and like 10 seconds. So we're gonna wait for 30 seconds before we turn on the robot V3. So because this is for method D. So I'm going to turn on right now since the timer has already reached the 30-second. Alright, so okay, the ATR level is kind of near the red line, but it's probably going to hold below the red line, so we will see. Alright, so we'll check it out. If it breaks through over the red line, you do have a choice to use the other robot instead. Alright, so okay, wait, the alert is coming out. Okay, seems like the ATR level is touching the red line now. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the trade to be executed. Look, if it actually crosses the red line, we can actually change it to the robot V2. Like right now, for instance, we can actually change it to the other one. Okay, oh, it's too late for me to change. I already have a open trade, a put trade right over here. Let me put the arrow first. Yeah, so it's a bit too late for me to change, but if you're ever in a situation where the ATR just crossed the red line, obviously, so you can actually change it using the method C instead. Alright, okay, let's check this trade out after a couple of minutes. Alright, unfortunately we lose the first trade of the day, so yeah, my balance stands at $13,430. So this is an unfortunate first trade. No worries, so this is part and parcel of trading. So I'm gonna wait for the next trading setup. So however, as mentioned just now, because the ATR level broke through the red line and I wanted to change my trade, but I do notice that the trade has already been executed. I do not want to put 2 trades at one go. Alright, so it's not really wise to do that. So no worries about that. It's just one of a random occurrence that can happen in our trading progress. Okay, so be right back guys for more trade example. This will be a example for method D. Alright guys, so we have a next alert in this section here. It is a method C. So like it's just right after the losing trade that I have just now, and the ATR is holding above the red line. It's in between the red and the blue, but now it's looking like it's going to hold above the red line. So I'm going to use the robot for method C. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on right now, because the alert actually came at about like after 30, I think very close to 30, so I turn it on at 30 seconds, like before, actually before 30, my mistake. So basically this ATR level is holding above the red line, and we will be using oh shit, so right now we can see that the ATR is going to touch the red line, but right now it's going back up, so that this is a good sign that it's going to hold above the red line. However, if it declines too fast, like below red line, like extremely quick, I would suggest that it's best to not trade like at that moment, because it's very likely to be dojis forming, where that signifies lower volatility in that point of time. Alright, so let's check out the trades. That is okay, we have a put trade at 7:16. I'm going to turn off the robot and then put in arrow at 7:16. Alright, let me change the color. Okay then, right. So alright guys, so we're back. So this time we actually won. We won our trade, so my balance is at 14,000 again. So let me change this arrow to green. So pretty much the ATR level is holding above the red line, so that is good. So we can look forward to some trade setup. But before that, let me show you the economic calendar for today. We have a 2 bull news, which is still fine. However, today we are looking at a very major Brexit related news. Okay, so oops, let me close the alert. It's making some noise in my earpiece. Okay, so we are expecting a 3 bull news from GBP, and we probably want to avoid 14:30 GMT plus 0 and do not trade. Right now is about 7:25 GMT. Okay, so in the meantime, what I want to show you guys is one of my CFD trades that I've recently opened, because this is the GBP USD trade. I'm expecting it to go down a lot because right now it looks overextended. Let me show you guys the open trade over here. You can see I am already in profit for about $80. So I am expecting the GBP USD to continue to go down by a lot and probably give me a few $100 profit, because right now it's at the top. So I am pretty sure that it's going to go down in the next couple of days. So this is basically a CFD trade that I execute. So I'm looking forward to provide such a signal that we can open for like a couple of days, or maybe even a week or more than that, depending on the market structure. So okay, let's move on to the next trade. Alright guys, so we have another alert here. Right now it's 6:33 in the morning, so ATR level above the red. Actually, in fact, it is going down, going to be below red, I guess. The alert came out before 30 seconds, so I'm going to execute the trade on the 30-second mark. As for which robot I'm going to use, because the ATR level is declining too fast, I am more tempted to use the method D's robot setting, which is the test robot V3. I'm going to turn it on now since the timer was 6:30 and 30 seconds. So I'm going to wait for the trade to be executed. Alright, so basically it's pretty similar situation like yesterday, but yesterday was ATR that increased really quickly, that go past the red line, and also a decrease one, and we won on the decrease one. But however, that time the ATR level managed to hold above the red line, but this time as we can see right now, the ATR was indeed touching the red line, and it's angling downwards even more. So that is why we choose to use the method D instead. Alright, so that's the clear difference between the method C. Method C is for ATR level that's holding above the red line, and also method D is for between red and purple. Okay, alright, so we have an open trade, a put trade at 6:34 right now. So let me turn off the robot. 6:34, let's put 6:34. Okay, yeah, things over here. I think this trade will work out pretty well. Okay, so we're back. So we obviously have won the trade. Let me change the arrow to green, and There's a huge red bar there, and my balance stands at $16,480. And you can see my winning trade over here, and you can also see an additional trade that I did yesterday after the previous example. I did one method A. So on this segment over here, remember that I showed you guys a open trade on CFD that was winning $80, and right now I'm already winning $175. Okay, so this was purely based on the GBP USD. I said it will actually go down from yesterday, and I opened a trade yesterday, and it did indeed go down. So from this stage, I would think that it will continue to go down. So I will keep this trade open and adjust the stop loss accordingly. That's typically how we trade CFDs. It's slower, but it's much safer than trading options. So if you guys are interested to trade CFD with me, do drop me an email or Skype, and then I can include you in the CFD beta testing signals group. Alright, so I will only take in a little bit of person for the time being, and we'll keep you guys posted through this channel for future plans. Okay, so as of right now for Binbot Pro, my balance stands at 16,500. I'm really happy about it. So so stay tuned guys for more trade examples. Alright guys, so we have a signal here, and right now it's 3:41 p.m. so we'll be applying method A, one of the longest and oldest serving methods that I've been using since June 2018. So so we have a RSI outside channel, and we're going to wait for a stochastic RSI cross, and the ATR level is confirmed holding above the yellow line. So those are the criteria for method A. So now I'm going to wait for, okay, the stochastic RSI is kind of crossing. I'm going to activate the robot now. So the moment that the stochastic RSI is formed a tiny X, even a tiny X visible from this view, you can actually turn on the robot right away and wait for a trade to be executed. Alright, so it's a pretty simple method A that has three criteria, as opposed to method C and D that only uses stochastic cross, which with different settings. However, there is a little bit of complexity in terms of watching where the ATR level is holding. Alright, so to determine whether we use method C or D, we just kind of watch. Okay, we have a put trade open at 1542. Let me turn on the robot. Okay, let me put down an arrow at 1542. So as I was saying, the difference between method C and D is pretty much watching where the ATR level is holding in relative to the past. Alright, so pretty much there are lines to help you guide over yellow line, or above the red line, or above the purple line, that sort of stuff. Alright, so if you guys want more details, make sure to email me about it. Okay, so let's wait for this trade to expire and we'll check it out. Alright guys, so we already have a winning trade. The previous trade was a win, and now my balance stands at $19,050. So pretty much, let me turn this arrow to green. Pretty good trade. Yeah, well, these few days has been really awesome, and kind of sums up my January of 2019 to be in a really good trading progress using the Binbot Pro trading software. So that's all really good. Okay, right now we have another alert for, it's pretty much the same, but it's a second RSI alert, so I probably would skip it. But before that, I'm going to show you like today's graph, especially the 3 bull news on GBP. It's very important to check on what are the important dates for Brexit announcement. So do Google the important dates, and do avoid trading at that day. It would be best not to trade GBP USD on that day. Yeah, so you can see on the calendar, especially it says tentative, because on that day it was I think it's a parliamentary vote, so it's gonna impact the currency quite a bit. So as I mentioned, do Google the important dates out for Brexit announcement. And I do still have my sell order on GBP USD open, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to go down in the near future. So I'm holding this trade still, right? Okay, so